know about the gay porn. I'm the one that told them.
Oh, good morning. Good morning. Sorry, I had a the video playing in the background. Let me just adjust something here. Get more line in this room. Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Morning. Good morning, people. Yes, I'm in the my living room, and I've been trying to do a live feed for a while now, and it just wouldn't go through. Hmm. Well, I'm glad that it's running right now. Good morning. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, October, what's that, October 9th, 2024. Well, I think that's the day. And it's after 5 o'clock in the morning. Oh, boy. Yeah, what a moment. I'm doing okay. Feeling a little better. Still have a slight headache, but it's all good. I stayed home yesterday. I uploaded 2 videos yesterday, and I hope you enjoyed them. And what I was trying to do, I wanted to do a third video yesterday, live stream, but it just wouldn't work my phone. And to be about, do you have a handler? Do you have a handler? And so I couldn't, the phone wasn't working to do the live stream. I fell asleep, woke up, and I have my monitor on in this room right now, and it's another interview. Yeah, I like watching some of these interviews, and this one, uh, Jaguar Wright. I'm relatively new with this individual, and she recently did an interview with what was that? Pierce Morgan show, and there were 3 other people being interviewed. Yeah, I think 3. Yeah, it was a total of 4 people, and one was Jaguar Wright. And she had Jaguar Wright is a singer in hip hop business, and I think she's been in the field for 30 years, um, and she has a lot of information, and she knows a lot of people in the industry. Yeah, I just heard about her. I think it was just before I came to Rwanda. Yes. Good morning, viewer. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. This is an interesting live stream. So anyway, with Jaguar Wright, uh, been listening to her now at least 10 months, on and off for 10 months. And she's now on it's called Street Stars, something like that. It's like a blue couch, and they interview people. And this is where I first seen Jaguar Wright. And she did the Pierce Morgan interview about 3 days ago, and now she's interviewed by Street Stars. Um, so it's a black program. They have black interviewers, and they're interviewing Jaguar Wright, and they're just about to discuss the interview that she did on Pierce Morgan show. And one of the individuals that was interviewed on the show um, was Vlad. I think it's called Vlad TV. I've heard of the show before. I may have seen one or two shows on that. But I'm sharing this information right now because I think it's relevant to a handler. Do you are you uh, do you have a handler? And why do we have handlers? And I just felt like, wow, this is a really interesting what Wright is talking about. Um, she was mentioning about this person and some of the information that's being said. But this person, well, the person being talked about reminds me of the handlers. Um, the person on, I mean, they like she was talking about his background, where he's from. And I said, bingo, bingo. Sometimes you can look at somebody. Again, I don't know this person that Vlad TV. I mean, I'm just might have seen one or two things on them, and probably just in part or demographics, and you wonder how they fit in. And so Jaguar, right, was just discussing, who is this man? And he had um, pretty much like, when someone says something, like, let's say person A makes a statement, and person number, B says something in contrast to what was just spoken with A. And that's what happened at the interview on Piers Morgan. So I was wondering, who this person is and why like it was like, okay, I'm going to interview, Piers Morgan. I'm going to have different people talk about a particular subject matter, and they all have different angles to the story. So I felt like, okay, Piers Morgan is interviews people, and so they want contrasts of content of pro or against, different angles to the same story, and that's all that I thought it was. I don't care for the program, a Pierce Morgan program, you know. That's just my opinion about his program in particular. I mean, he knows how to interview and all that, but I just feel like I don't know, like you have people who are journalists, and then you have people who pretty much are reading a script, just being told what to say or what they want you to believe. I'm disappointed with many programs that want to be seen as, legit and um, not something up their sleeve, but it's like news today. Many news today. I'm not saying everybody, but it just seems like many news is about wanting you to believe a narrative, whether it's true or not. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. So again, I just woke up and I have my monitor on, and then I see uh, Jack. I'm gonna sneeze. Achoo! Achoo! Excuse me. Sorry. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. So I'm just like, oh wow, I gotta write about, talk about this because it reminds, what Joe Wright is talking about. with regards to some of the people being interviewed on that particular show, I mean, the Pierce Morgan show, I said, this reminds me of something. It reminds me of handlers or people who, you wonder who they are, why they're there, how are they involved, especially if the person, and please forgive me if I am a little bit all over the place. It's like in my head, I know what I want to say, but just trying to bring in the points together. But like, okay, you have people. You have the Black community, the Black American community, and then you have people who are not from the community, but how do they get access to our community? Deep in it. What do they care? And then I start to notice that some of these people, these outsiders, seem to look a certain way. That if you look at them closely, they look different. It's outside of just being of a particular race. It goes deeper, deep perceive. And Jaguar Wright on her newer interview with Street Stars, in the beginning of the interview with her on the blue couch, she says it right out front. I said, oh my goodness, my instincts were right. Again, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really follow hip hop, but before I came down to, moved out of the US, it's just before. And I started hearing more about, the Diddy story, Diddy Combs, Puffy. I know the name more of Puffy. I'm old school, and I knew him by that name, Puffy, or Sean Puffy Combs. And Jaguar Wright has been talking about him. At least I've been hearing about the talk of him through this woman for about maybe 9 months now. I think about 9 months. But again, Pierce Morgan, this particular interviewer, this person interviews, and he's also been a guest on Pierce Morgan's show, and spoke in contrast to what Jaguar Wright said about her knowledge. It's just like he's dismissing her, and I wonder, well, who is he? What does he know? How is he involved? And Wright was shared what she knows about this person, and this Vlad TV said that he wouldn't want to interview Jaguar Wright. So I'm wondering, well, if he's a reporter, why wouldn't he want, whether you like her or dislike her, why would you, as an interviewer of a program like yours, want to interview, wouldn't want to interview Jaguar Wright? But look at this. Jaguar Wright, now a guest on Street Stars program, she took out what they call her receipt. And she shows on her, she had her smartphone and a letter. I couldn't read the letter, the print was very small. But either way, she showed a letter that she received an email from the program, the Vlad TV program, reaching out to Jaguar to be interviewed. But she ignored it. She did not respond to his email. But someone else she knows did respond, a producer of hers, I think Jaguar said. So it's interesting that you have people saying one thing, Vlad saying one, but I'm very happy that Jaguar showed proof that she was approached by him. So why did he tell an untruth to Piers Morgan. And I mean, why even go on public a public show and say something that's contrary, and you don't think that people would have the email that you sent? It's just kind of weird. But either way, Jaguar shared about, well, who is this person on Vlad TV? Because he's not of the hip hop culture. That's a nice way of saying that he's not from, you know, this social economic slash racial background. Um, he's from a country or have origins, national origins from this particular country in Europe. And it's like, how is it that it seems like that their individuals are somehow involved in the hip hop slash Black American culture, who are saying things, how they get involved? It was someone of the Black race. And so it's like some people, again, you can marry who you want to marry, love who you want to love. But it's just okay. It seems like a pattern, and this live stream is really about handlers. Do you have a handler? And again, this particular show is reminding me of handlers, or how people get access to people. How do they get access into um, specific cultural groups or social economic groups, things that are so contrary to their beginnings? How does it work? And I've shared something like this before, like that how people can get in is by marrying somebody, dating somebody, or moving into someone's home of that particular community, so you have access to information. And then you could also agitate. You could also agitate in that community. And so Jaguar is mentioning it. And it's like my mouth dropped, and I had to get my phone just now. I said, let me do a live stream on what I was trying to talk about yesterday, but my phone wasn't allowing me to do live streams. It was going to be my third live stream for that day. So when I grabbed my phone just now it's working. Okay. But again, she shared valuable information. This Jaguar Wright. Where is he from? You're going to see certain things. Keep repeating. And said that his background seems like someone from a particular government that starts with the letter M. I think that's the 13th letter of the alphabet. Yes, I have to be careful with certain names of organizations, because it always just seems like somehow if you say certain names, organizations, countries, certain countries or regions, that you just seem to get in trouble. That somehow your phone doesn't work, that you get interrupted when you're doing a live stream. If you say certain words during a live stream, all of a sudden it gets jammed, and all that. So, but she said exactly what I thought without even, it's just my perception watching the interview. I'm talking about Piers Morgan show. Piers Morgan recently did an interview with Jaguar Wright on it, and I think three other individuals, and one of them was the man from Vlad TV, and so I look at him, and I'm just curious. Why is he talking? Why is he involved? Well, if he's married to someone of that background, so that's his foot in the door. And why this type of information? What does he care? Does he personally know this person? Jaguar Wright, has he ever met her? And why did he say that he never reached out, that, no, excuse me, that he wouldn't want to interview her? But there's a letter stating that you did, and she didn't want to. I just starting to see parallels. It seems like a lot of these Black people, Black women, uh, may have a handler. That theme of a handler. And what do I mean in this context? Like now, no, I'm not saying that. I have to really emphasize Jaguar. No, 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 no. I don't mean that. But I'm saying that this man somehow is strategically placed on a program, and seems to it just suggests social engineering with excuse me within the to influence what you believe, what's going on within the Black community. That's what I'm getting at. In this context, I just see parallels again, that some of these people that I notice in the media seem to come from national origins, and somehow they're so involved in the Black community. And so much like when I looked at myself, my own history from America in New York City, I left the country in part because one day I got a copy of my school records. I've mentioned this several times, and I started to see certain names appear from the time of my birth to even including the place where I rented. I lived at this place for almost 21 years straight. And I saw all these parallels. People who have national origins in this certain part of the world that seem to have so much control and influence in the Black community that I'm a member of. And I said to myself, I don't like this. I had gotten targeted before, and I started, I saw I think especially it was just before COVID, let's say from 2017 on, especially, I started to see certain themes keep on repeating as it pertains to, do you have a handler? Yeah, this one person, uh, she seems to be, she had a handler also. She was from another country. Yeah, I had interviewed her. Um, uh, Black Sunrise. I interviewed her early last year. I used to watch her program, and she shared certain events that happened to her, and I wanted to I interviewed her only once. And interestingly enough, that when I interviewed her, the day after, a different video gets pulled of mine, And then I got on the YouTube Doghouse for I think it was 2 weeks, you know, and I had an idea that something like this was going to happen if I interviewed her. It's just certain things you do A, B, and C, and then D, E, and F happen. It just seems like, it seems so predictable. But she shared that in many talks, this person I interviewed, that she was targeted. That she alleged that she has implants in her. Um, she initially hooked up with someone of that community. Yeah, I think she said that they met in Central Park. This person, this outsider, was playing the drums, the small drums. And then, like, the only person of that particular background in a sea of people of African ancestry, like myself. And this person allegedly, uh, the Black Sunrise had shared information with him. And, she was networking, I guess. And, oh, let me get my little doggy to come down. He wants to get down. Okay. 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 I just put him down on the floor. Okay. I don't like him jumping off the furniture. And this person that she shared about, Black Sunrise shared about, allegedly shared the information that she's told in confidence. And, what do you call it? Intellectual stealing someone's ideas and selling somebody else's ideas and leaving you out, that would piss off anybody. But that person is of that background, and so it had access. And the person, saying that it was weird. And it's that theme that she had a handler and been following her for years, since teenage or late teens, uh, and seems like someone over her now. I mean, she's trying to break free, but it's just really weird how people from the outside somehow position themselves, and then once they get their claws on you, uh you can't it's like poo-poo on your shoe. It's hard to get that thing off. It just lingers and lingers. Yeah, I didn't know I was going to talk about her. I mean, the interview that I did with her, Black Sunrise. It's the last thing that was on my mind, just, when I uh, started this live stream, but it just came to my memory. That's why I mentioned it. But yeah, it seems like a lot of people within the Black community seem to have what I call handlers. People that are, that they're around you, and how did they get around you? Well, the latest one, that I was really thinking about when I did this live stream, um, um, she, oh, what is she now? Another Black female, and I just recently, saw her maybe, on YouTube. It might have started 4 days ago, something like that, 4 days ago, and she was in a car with another woman, and the other woman supposed to be her mother. And it was like a little distracting because the girl in question is a dark-skinned Black American female, and the person in the car is the opposite. And immediately, um, a radar, red flag. But yeah, I listened. I said, let me just hear her out. I like videos that seem very candid, and um, I guess I felt sorry for her because she was crying. Okay, she was crying. Beautiful black girl, and she was crying. And so I listened to what she had to say. It was a video that was recommended to me, and so I wanted to take a look at it. And it was about, what's happening in the uh, human trafficking. And she said that she was, um, I have to use, gentle words. She was violated by some people in the music industry. She was set up on a platter, so to speak. She was on some table, and oh, I thought that pop up. Oh, I'm doing well. Hey, Nubian. Hello, girl. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Just taking it easy. Yeah, I'm just talking about do you have a handler? That's what I'm talking about. Do you have a handler? Handler in the broad stroke of the word, handlers. Do we have social handlers? People from outside our community somehow have access to us. We're from a different background, they're from a different world, but somehow you have outsiders that seem to regulate us, our activities from birth to death. And I said, I'm not having it. And that's one of the reasons why I left. I mean, it was very motivating for me to leave. But when the last straw was when they tried to steal my dog. I said, I'm out of here. But either way, handlers. See, I'm sharing, doing this live stream because I want you all to start noticing patterns. Patterns. And you're going to see them repeating over and over again. Yeah. So I just mentioned with Black Sunrise, handler uh, somehow introduced of a very young age, and having implants and all that. Did you know what was going on in North Carolina? Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Yes, I did hear about that. Yeah, it's very, very, very sad. The flood. Well, I heard about the Helene, Hurricane Helene, but the other one, um, I heard that it was picking up real, real bad, level 5, category 5. Yeah. Yeah, but me getting back on this subject though with the handler, yeah. And I want to doubt whether some of these hurricanes are being socially engineered. What do you call it? What do you call it? Are being manipulated. Weather manipulation. Yeah, that I believe. But either how, regarding do you have a handler? Start noticing a handler personality. What they seem to look like. Um, oh, okay. So, yeah, about 4 days ago, I learned of a young woman. She's now 30. Oh, what's her name now? Allie Leilani Carter. Yeah, Allie Leilani Carter, a Black American female. And I saw the video. She's wearing like a blue, like a blue top, like a dungaree top, like it looks like an overall, and she has a hair in like she has like a scarf and a hair like ringlets. Really pretty girl, and she's crying. Yeah, and when the girl, again, this is the first time I ever seeing her on YouTube. No more than 4 days ago. So I knew, I don't know her, never heard of her, but she's been out a while. I think she did a video in 2020. So 4 years ago, she initially came out with something. Maria Z interview. That's what it says. She was on a Maria Z interview. And if you type in that on that word on YouTube, you will get a series of videos with her with this Ali Carter on. Okay. And in particular, people, you got to look. Okay. If you do that, um, you'll get a series of videos, and one of them by a YouTuber. Oh, what's the name? Oh, oh God, how could I forget? And it's a play on words. Something with the eyesight. Oh, how could I forget the name? But it means like distorted something, but it means about your vision. It's with these glasses, distorted something. Yeah, I think distorted regarding to the eyesight. And I clicked on the channel name to see what other content they have. The whole thing is regarding this woman, Allie Carter, who is talking about um, these hip hoppers who allegedly violated her. I have to use gentle words. People watch it and watch number 9, video number 9, and it said the Bonnet interview that got everything going, something like that. The Bonnet video that got the story going, something like that. And I didn't understand why they say the bonnet, but she's wearing a bonnet. Oh, yeah, Nubian. Yeah, you know about the same lady. Yes. Um, this YouTube channel features, I think, just her. Interesting. Just her. It's called Distorted something. Something about the eyes. But either way, you'll see if you type in um her name. Oh, how did I do it now? Yeah, because if I just did Allie Carter, I don't get it. That selection. But when I did Maria Z or Maria Z interview, it had that channel, distorted something. Click on it, click on the channel name, and then you see the whole slew of videos with that one female. And I think it's number 9. It says number 9. And it's the one, the bonnet that started this whole, where it all began. The bonnet video where this all began, something like that. Look at that one. And your mouth is going to drop. Your mouth is going to drop, people. My mouth dropped. Now, when I saw the first video about 4 days ago, maximum was 4 days, it's the one with her in the car. She's wearing like a blue, like a overall top, and she has her hair out and a bandana, and uh, she showed who was sitting next to her in the car, and it's a woman, an older woman that she called mom. Yes, Stu Peter. Yes, Stupid. Yes, I saw that one. I saw that one with Stu Peters. Um, but when I saw that, okay, the one with Stu Peters on, okay, I saw, okay, I there was another YouTuber who was sharing the video, like when you do a live stream, you could sometimes share the screen, and this other video YouTuber did a screen share to show the interview she did some time ago with Peters, and she was critiquing it, And her critique of the Peters interview got me thinking. See, again, the I'm sorry I keep going back and forth, but see, I believed the interview. I believed the one that I saw for the first time around 4 days ago, um, when Allie was talking in the car, and she's crying, and she just seemed very, I thought the tears were real. I even wrote comments. I said that thank you for sharing. I shared, in the comment section because I was so moved by her tears. I was moved. And I believed what she was saying. And then I did a word search, because I wanted to find other content. And that's when I found a video. Oh, she's, oh God. It was only thing I can remember, it was a Black woman, and she was critiquing Allie. And it got me thinking. And then that led me to find more content about the background of Allie. Well, it's that video, I think it's video number 9 on Distorted something channel, and about the bonnet video that got everything going. Well, people, please watch that video. It's not my video. It's on somebody else's channel. Someone else created it or uploaded it. The Allie and the so-called mom were doing a video together in a house. Girl, I started laughing. I mean, I consider myself a very sensitive person. I know what it's like to be taken advantage of. Okay. But when I saw that video, my mouth dropped, and everything that I thought, everything that I believed in the very first video that I ever saw of her about 4 days ago went out the window. Went out the window, and I started thinking, handler, handler, handler alert. People, there is a handler alert. Okay, so again, you have a Black woman, a young 30-year-old Black woman, and she introduces the lady in the car with her as her mom. They don't look alike. Yeah, no, people don't have to necessarily look alike to be a parent, but of a different race. Why is this woman in the car with her? Who, you got, see, I'm in my 60s, and people of certain backgrounds, to say it nicely, don't really associate with Black people on that level. Yes, I know that people intermarry and all that, but socially, and what is your link between us? We're from two different worlds. The drama. Why would you choose someone from a different race and be in the drama of a Black woman, young Black woman? What's the connection? Handler. Handler was the first thing that came to my head. So I'm watching this video that came out last night. I think it's a 3 or 4-year-old video. This is an old video. Yeah, 2001. Okay, so it's a 3-year-old video. And she's in a house, and she's wearing a hoodie, and she keeps like as if she's getting too hot with the take it off. You're inside a house. Why are you wearing the heavy hoodie? And you seem like you're getting overheated. And then you see the person that is allegedly her mom, where it just doesn't sit right with me. And she's like observing, she's sitting in the background. Uh, she's on camera, both are on camera, and theatrics are going on in this video. And this is a video that they're doing, that they are sharing. Why would you share that? The person in the video, Ali, is acting extremely bizarre in comparison to the video I saw for the first time 4 days ago with her in a vehicle crying. It just, whoa. There was a lot of what seemed to be inconsistencies. Dance instructor, another minute she's a teacher, but then she said in the other video, the recent video, that she's still in college at a 2-year college, and it's taken her 13 years to it's 13 years since she started, and she still doesn't have a degree, associates, and it's her goal in life to at least get an associate's degree. I mean, I thought that was positive that, you're trying, because it took me a long time to get my master's degree. It took a long time. So okay, she's a much younger girl than me. She's half my age, and she wants to get associates. So I thought that was very honorable. The one that I saw 4 days ago, and I thought it was, uh, I believed it, what she was saying. But then you get an older video that's 3 years old, and she's saying something. If you don't have, how could you be teaching children at a school and you don't have, and you complain that you don't even have your associate's degree, and it's 13 years and you still don't have it? How do you get in to work with kids? So it's like, I don't know. I see. I try to get in the school district, and it is almost impossible. How do you get in? You have to get fingerprinted. You have to have all these things to get in. Just to sit in a classroom with kids, not even teaching, just to sit in the classroom, what you call like a teacher's aide. Boy, it's hard to get in. It's extremely regulated. So how does she get to work with children? And then she says, she goes to foster homes and she braids people's hair. How does that happen? I at one time tried to uh, apply to do that kind of work, to be a foster mom. It's a big procedure. Foster mom, there are rules. It's just an alternative place for minors to live in. You can't just go in somebody's house and do their hair. It's a home. Who's inviting you? And why is this other woman there with her? Why is she there? Could it be a handler? Could this other woman be a handler for her and getting information? I mean, it's just a question I have. Um, is she the legal mother of this 30-year-old? Why is she still with her mother? Why is she like on the run in her new video just came out uh, recently in 2024? Why is she with this mother? I don't understand. She's a black girl. She's 30 years old. Um, she says she's going in and out of school, college, trying to get her degree. Why is she on the run with this person who she calls her mother. What does this lady get out of this? If she's a foster mom, or is she a legal mother? What relationship? Why, hey, you're a grown up. Hey, you go on the research. Why? Why this preoccupation? Okay, why? And the only thing I can come up with, handler, handler. That's what came in my mind. And again, she may not be. She might be, the legal mother, but they want to hang out, whatever. But okay, now if she were violated as she was, if I went out my way and acquired legal guardianship, or to actually adopt a legal adoption of a person of a different race, and then go on the run with her, to, because now they allegedly is like living in a car. They sold their home, or they lost their animals, they lost everything, and they come across like they're fleeing. You know, what does this white woman get out of this? Why is she there? Okay, I just asked I mean, you could be of any race. You can, people adopt people of different races. Yes, yeah. But, okay, this is a grown ass woman, 30 years old. And why is this other lady there? How old is she? This alleged mother. How old is she to be a mom? I don't know. Um, Oh, I remember I was going to get out. Now, the old video that came out 3 years ago, the video with her with the bonnet, and entitled "The Bonnet Video that got everything going," something like that. Uh, she's acting like she's under the influence of something, a completely different persona from the video that she did in the vehicle with her mom sitting next to her. She is completely bizarre. Her eyes is just weird. She's leaping up in the air. Now again, this woman also says she is a dance instructor. Okay, now she's doing moves, and that, I mean, I'm not a dancer. That is not my calling. But I've gone to take lessons in a dance studio, ballet, and I've seen what, people who have formal training in like jazz, movement like that, or ballet. So I can kind of like look and say, okay, this person looks like they have certain exposure to having actual lessons in it. Again, I am not a dance person. I am not a dancer. That is not my calling at all. I don't want you to laugh at me that. Yeah, so it's not calling. So I'm not one to judge. But either way, but she's leaping in the air, and it's just bizarre, bizarre behavior. And the mother, the alleged mother of her, or legal guardian, is sitting behind her in view of the camera. And now, if my daughter was in trauma over the years, um, I would not want, I would to protect her. I would want to protect her reputation, her um, her face. You want to protect their image, dignity. You be in that mode. Why I would go, if that was my daughter. I said, baby, let's get counseling, and I bring you to counseling. Please don't do these videos. It's not making you look good. The X, Y, and Z happened to you. But that didn't happen. It seemed like that she wanted to encourage that behavior. So that's why I'm thinking, handler alert, is this person really serving as a handler? Why? And yeah, other people have been speaking out. And like, because I was so convinced of the video that I saw 4 days ago, I felt for her tears. Yeah, you would see my comments. I felt for her. I said, thank you for sharing. I said, I felt relieved her. But that video, she did the Peters interview, and someone was commenting, like they asked the Peters asked her a direct question, what happened? And she goes on and talks about everything. She said, yes, so and so and so and so did this to me. Okay, talk about it. What did you do? What did they do? Where did it happen? Who else was it? Nothing. Just um boy, I wish I could remember the name of the person who was critiquing the interview. But at that I began to question everything. And my instincts seem to be concluding. But again, you can watch the same video. You might come to a different conclusion than me. Okay. Um, wow. People, do you have a handler? If you do, get as far away as possible from that person. Then I'm remembered. I mean, I'm reminded. Excuse me. I'm reminded by someone else. This one, they're from a different background, different demographics from myself. They were what call a president. I think they call them presidential wives. So it's a presidential something with the word presidential model. That's the word, presidential model. These are people, women, that are placed by top officials in government, and they are there to things with these, of a sexual nature with these people in government, and they use to extract information from them. And many of these people are under what they call mind control. And I learned of this one lady, uh, um, Kathy O'Brien, her name is. And there are other women too out there, but she even wrote a book, I think, called Transformation of America. So it's a play on words. And she's been through hell and back, the abuse that she went through. Um, but I was surprised when, like to go through all that and to come out alive. That's it's impressive. But then I noticed what looked like a handler. Now, I mean, I, if I were violated by a man like she was, like she said she was, why is it that these women get or have other men be around them? It just, I felt uncomfortable. You be around with people who you feel comfortable with, but I wouldn't trust being around a guy like that. To have them as always around me. I probably want to be around older women, like a mommy figure, you know. But she didn't, and I was just wondering why is there? for years. And then fast forward, I saw an interview with her, Kathy O'Brien. She even, I think she even married him. Yeah, she even married the guy, but he had passed away. May he rest in peace. But I felt it was very bizarre. Uh, a Mormon, a former Mormon, she was being, this young girl was being, um, like marketed to, uh, uh, a sex slave type of situation, and that she was rescued, and how she looked on camera. Now, again, I like to perceive myself as a sensitive person, especially someone who was violated to such a degree like that, sexually violated. But to be under the care of another man. And I got confused. In a house with a guy, it's not your father. Um, and she had a very provocative look. And I got confused. I know when with some of us who get violated, that sometimes we may dress a certain way, that like we get programmed to act or dress a certain way. Okay, I know it happens. And again, I'm not trying to judge the person, but I'm just going by what I'm observing, and I'm seeing, and uh I don't understand. I want to be away from someone that reminds me or looks like someone who violated me. That's just me. How some of these men, like, it's like some women are being violated and human trafficked, and then somehow when they so-called break free, they're with another man, and it just seems like it was just an impression. Again, I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, my apology. But I'm just going by what it feels like, what it looks like to me. A handler. And you tell them everything. And I wonder, what are they doing with the information? And then I remembered about another person. This was a black woman from New York, where I'm from, who's a veteran like myself. I think she was in the arms in the Navy. And um, her life was being threatened. Well, guess what, people? She had a handler. Oh my God. Here, I only spoke to her, I spoke to her I met her at the church. There was what do you call it? I'm not going to give the name of the church, but it's in New York City. It was it's in Manhattan. That's all I say. It's a popular church in Manhattan, and they had like a ministry. They had a military ministry, and someone told me about it, so I sat on in it, and I met her, and she had experienced things in the military, and me too. Uh, I got her phone number. She gave me her number. I went to to talk to her, but she had, she said her life uh like was in danger of something. But I noticed the person I was with her. Like she said, "Oh, well, I know so and so. He's my friend." Well, this person had a Masonic pin on. I'm saying to myself, "Girl, I know you said this is your." I mean, I didn't say anything to her about it because it's really none of my business. I don't know the guy. I mean, it's her friend, someone that she knows, but he's sporting a Masonic pin. So his allegiance is to that organization. And details of what she said, because it's quite a while ago, could have been 12 years ago. And I said to myself, why would you get out of one bad situation and knowing about that they have people who are hidden, that are um, their intention is questionable. But then you're going to choose this person, and they're openly wearing what they're wearing. Whose allegiance do you think he's going to be? Yours or theirs? Wow, it was really something. Yeah, some of us, it's like we get out of the pot and into the fire. I am so saddened by this, that you have people, sometimes they're outside, sometimes your hand is outside of your group. And in this instance, someone from within your demographics. But they're the same thing. But I noticed that often it seems like in this, the hip hop culture, the rap culture, that the handlers always, it always seems like they're from a particular demographics. And that this woman that I'm looking at on the monitor right now, Jaguar Wright, who's been professing what she's been professing now for, I just learned it for at least 10 months ago. And she recently, repeating that, I'm repeating that she was on a talk show, the Piers Morgan show, and she was one of three other people who are being interviewed about their knowledge about P. Diddy or Puffy Combs, Love, Brother Love. See all these names, same person, different names, and who, you're going to see, if you stop listening to a lot of these speakers regarding P. Diddy, you're going to start seeing names or people from certain locations. And Jaguar Wright said it out loud. This particular organization that's in the Middle East, that's in certain parts of Europe, but somehow they seem to know everything about the Black culture, Black American culture, hip hop culture, rap culture, and they're disseminating information about the narrative. How did this person know this? And remember, oh, I'm remembering somebody else now. Like 50 Cent. Um there was an a talk with him on, and then there was a woman, an outsider again, an outsider. And 50 Cent um was promoting or speaking positively to about Trump. And this lady from not from our, not from the Black community, had dated him. They were involved at some point in life, and it seemed like suggested an intimate relationship. Okay, don't you want to be, if you're an adult and you choose an adult and it's consensual, that is your business. But this woman uh, said in public on a video that he's not really a black man if he supports Trump. I'm thinking, who is this lady from another culture, another race? Tell this adult black man who should vote for or not. And again, if you look at this lady, look at the video, type in uh, keywords about 50 Cent not being a really a black man who votes for Trump, something like that. And you're going to see a woman, look like she's in her 30s, something like that. But look at her closely. She looked different. She looks different. And she too looks like someone that can be from that part of the world where the guy from Vlad TV is from, you know. Again, I don't personally know them. I've never met them. And it's interesting. I just relatively heard of Vlad TV maybe a month ago. So these are all new people. And then regarding 50 Cent, I might have seen that video maybe 5 months ago, something like that. Something like that. I mean, time is moving so fast this year. It's hard to keep abreast of things. But yeah, these are relatively new things for me. But I'm seeing, especially when you're trying to move up the ladder, if you're in technology, music industry, and if you're a black person, it's like somehow these, what I call handlers, somehow are attracted to you and somehow get access to you and could ruin your life. Do you have a handler? And it's not being prejudiced. It's not saying, oh, you're trying, you're saying that people from another race shouldn't adopt or be involved in black people's lives. What I'm getting at is that you have so many people in the world, and usually people are, want to help their own. There's nothing wrong helping people of a different thing. But the natural order of things, you help the people that in your community that you have that's there. People won't blink if you're in a black community and you're helping a black family, or you're fostering a black children, or let's say you're Asian and you're fostering someone from Asia. People aren't going to think. It's no biggie. It's understandable. It's expected. But historically in America, historically, uh, people, it seems like recent Black American community, that I would say past 65 years, I'm seeing similar types of, things that hint certain things like Marxism or socialism. And these politicians, these black politicians, have handlers who groom them. They call it grooming too. Grooming. And it's like, who are these people? Uh, Kamala, good example. yeah, Candace Owens have been discussing Kamala. Again, you vote for who you want to vote for. This platform is not about telling you who to vote for, who to like. I'm only noticing patterns in what's happening to people who seem to be under certain tutelage, handling, handler, um, all these things that just themes keep popping up. It just gets me thinking. Again, you associate who you want to associate with. It's your business. But I'm just noticing, as a black woman, certain things, and I get very confused. How does this happen? And what's going on? Kamala. And it's like the deeper Candace Owens goes in examining Kamala, the more questions you have, and the more Marxist type of philosophy. Her father's a Marxist. How come if she's all about pandering to the black community, this Kamala, how come she's not um, promoting her father, who's the person that is black, allegedly black, in her family? It's her mama. Her mother is an Indian. And nothing wrong being Indian from India. Okay. It just seems like how does black people get involved in Marxist stuff? I get confused. Yeah, and I know, brother. I I know, I mean, I know, but I don't know. You can be around someone and you can pretty much size up somebody based on who they are associated with. Who are they dating? I know of someone, a nice individual, a very nice young man, black man, he'd be a real good catch if anyone who gets him. But he hooked up with a very peculiar woman, very peculiar. Yeah, it's like back to back. Now, I wonder, how does this person because it's so, what I know of the person is so kind, intelligent, artistic. And how did it set up with these, um, a freakazoid? Um, it was just very bizarre. And it came to me, this person seems to be a handler. And they attach themselves to unawares black men, unawares black men. They're intelligent. I mean, they have an intelligence about them, a sophisticated, some of them. And you could influence the politics, the direction of this black man slash black community. You could work from the inside of this community and program them, program them how to think, who to vote for, everything. Be careful who you sleep with, gentlemen, especially with these socialist, Marxist, whatever. In my opinion, uh, they may do what they call sex magic. That's right. I know this is bizarre, people. I know it's bizarre. But yeah, people who do sex magic, the handlers, and they can influence you to do things, and you wonder, why can't you think for yourself? You're a grown man, but you're attached to by this handler and this same type of, the person is coming across like they're becoming a Marxist type of thing. Again, your political associate is your business, but I'm just noticing, how does someone from a black community, how do you get involved with something like that? It's introduced to you, part of the social engineering, and they infiltrate the US. They get in your community so they can steer that community to vote a certain way so that certain politics will come to play. And it seems like the same with Kamala, that the political association of her parents, and then finding out that, hey, maybe someone is not a particular relative. Why all the secret? Why all the secret? Yeah. Yeah, all these things. I'm just, sitting down here in my living room, watching videos and just being alarmed about this latest video with Jaguar Wright, who's a singer, and she has her history. She had her her history, her life, childhood and up, very traumatic. And her story kind of reminds me of, I was in a room of these other black ladies, what we call a therapy, a group therapy session, and they had women there, and their stories were very, very traumatic. I walked out of that room. I was one of, the people to talk, all of us talked. Their stories were so traumatizing for me to hear. After I would never want to do another group, if I ever do something like that, group session with American black women. It was so traumatic. I was shaking. I thought you're supposed to feel better after a session. No, I was shaking. Some groups may not be for you. It might be too traumatic. That was traumatic for me. I don't remember details, but it was such uh, intensity. I'm very sensitive, and wow. And it reminded me of what's that? Oh, what's that? I'm sorry, Jaguar Wright's story. I feel for her, and it seems like everything now that she's saying, that she's been saying all along, is true. You know who else is interesting? I'm reminded about oh, what's her name? Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams. Um, I saw her show once in a blue moon back in America. But if you look at her now, I think I was in tears once. Um, isn't she the very first person that outed Puffy? Isn't she, Wendy Williams, the first person that outed Puffy, Sean Puffy Combs? A job, and she had to go somewhere else to work. Look at Wendy Williams now. What does she look like? It's like a fast fall. Why is it that certain people, it's like they try, what it looks like, if they don't outright kill you, they make you look insane. Why are some of the people that seem to be associated with the Puffy story why many of them seem to be what they call uh, unalived or look bizarre or act bizarre. And then if you dig deeper, dig deeper, dig deeper, who is involved? You know, who trained Puffy? Who trained that person? Who trained that person? Um, who's orchestrating this, what they call the hip hop culture? Is it the same type of people from that particular country? Of some of these people who act like handlers from a certain part of Eastern Europe, who's from a certain part of the Middle East? You know, it's the same story. That's the story, people. It's like, how does this happen? And why do they always seem to be so preoccupied about you, man and woman? How do they get in there? You look at these apartment buildings and in New York City, all over the country, and many of them are run by the same type of people who double dip, who get paid uh, from the government. You know, they have these programs, house programs, Section 8 programs, and this and that. And some of these landlords double dip, and you're never going to get back the money that you put in that you're supposed to get back. You don't get it back. How is this? Wow. The school system, in New York City, run by the same type of people. You do your research. Just look, go and look at the Board of Ed and look up the names of the people who run it. Who runs it? You're going to see certain name patterns, certain origins. And somehow they seem to attach themselves, especially when you have a large population of Black Americans. They seem to suck your resources. They seem to somehow always be there. Let's say you get a party, you get a party, and somehow one of them is there. How, how do you get it? How is that? But we're not in their parties. We're not in their parties, okay? But somehow they get in our parties. Somehow they just seem to profit off of you, but somehow you can't profit off of yourself. How is this? Why does this occur? I would say social engineering. That the thing, like New York, I mean, I'm not a historian, but I'm wondering if you dig into New York City culture or history, what their involvement is. They dominate New York City. They control New York City, and they controlled our Black mayor of New York City. And now, Black mayor of New York City, he doesn't want to indicted. He got indicted, people. How did that happen? How did he why? He followed the program. I think he's in office now for 2 years. He followed the program. But this year he doesn't want to play anymore because it's getting out of hand. Migrant situation. Yeah, the communists are in New York City. The communists are in New York City and they control real estate. They control the police. They control the legal system. They control the schools. They control, period. And they get a stronghold and they are just attracted to Black people. We supply them so much energy in the form of violence, uh, medical care. Oh, the medical field. Let's say you're shooting everybody. You have to go to the hospital. You feed. You feed their network. You feed their network. They become so full. Their belly so full. I'm sorry. Their belly full, right? Wow. Sorry. I had to say that. I have to, something got to make yourself laugh. Yeah, your belly full of the nonsense. Yeah, people, I see the pattern written on the wall. Politics, just all over the place. And somehow you're in the middle of it, Black man and woman. You control your community, but others control it for you, and you're being played. Your culture is being played. And they're going to do it hit and run against you. Now they're using people that kind of look like you. They got a little brown in their skin, like Kamala, like Obama. These people have questionable heritage. Again, I'm not trying to stigmatize it. You can have any heritage you have, but be honest with what your heritage is when you address a population and trying to convince that other population or who you're about. Be honest about who you are. That's all I'm saying. Be who you want to be. Have the politics you want to have, but don't lie about your intention, about what you're trying to do. You are trying to destroy America. You have your helpers all over in these key cities in America, and you have a questionable background and lifestyle choice. When I saw on Oprah Winfrey interview with Kamala recently, she showed who was her the person who runs her campaign, the campaign president of her running for office. It's what looks like a man dressed as a woman. Don't you think that the people who run the show are about their agenda, putting a particular lifestyle? And Black America is not about that lifestyle. And now they're promoting this lifestyle for Black women, but a lot of Black women, getting Black American women to hate Black men, to go on talk shows and what do you call the baby's mama shows, and show violence between Black men and women, and that they don't trust us anymore. We don't trust each other. What do you call it? The bro, the what is that place? The Passport Bros. That phenomena came out, was that 2 years ago? The Passport Bros. We're the women. We're by ourselves. And they're introducing this alternative lifestyle choice as an alternative strong Black woman syndrome. I just want to vomit. I just want to vomit. Yeah, they're turning the pyramid upside down. The strong Black woman that's oh boy, it come to my memory again. It's coming to my memory again, people, about the handler. I noticed um what was that? Oh my God, three women that I know. This therapist I had a Black female therapist, Black woman, And she had a handler from someone of looks like from that community that originates from Eastern Europe, um, or that part from the Middle East. Yeah, I found out recently. I bumped into her. She was my therapist. She was a social worker. And for whatever reason, she felt that she needed to share with me. Um, I learned to find out that she is of the alphabet soup community. I was shocked, but not shocked, because it explains why she did what she did to me. And she shows a picture of her wife. She was married to a woman. And the photograph looked like someone from that particular part of the world. And I realize now she was being used to shape black women. And I remember during a session, a group session with her, that she was talking this weird talk once. Now back then I was a devout Christian, and she had even encouraged me to go out with hang out with one of the other ladies of the people who are in the session, because we have the same religion. And so at one session, my then therapist, social worker, said, was talking this crazy talk. It was L word, excuse me. It was the L word talk regarding a certain part of a woman's anatomy. And I said to myself, this is nasty talk. I know what she was getting at. I thought, what a nasty thing to talk about in a group session. And so I said something. Um, something about the Bible, something. And again, she's the one that told me, oh, you should go and hang out with these ladies because they're the same faith as you. And so what I said, she responds, well, so and so, saying to me, some of us don't have the same religion like you have. Real nasty line. But well, what about her religion that she's promoting? I definitely don't believe it. And she knew what I was getting at. But see, they have their agenda. The L people, the Ellies, have their agenda. And they are, what it looks like, they are being infiltrated by these outside other women to preach anti-black male rhetoric, or just promote, strong black woman, but you're in the arms of a woman. How's that going to be about family? Black man, black woman. But no, that's not what they're about. They're about for you to hate, designed to hate the black man, hate men, and promote this I don't need a man syndrome. Wow. That was my piss, my social worker. From the handler. That was her handler. And she had died, her handler slash wife. Yeah, I was walking and I knew her. I hadn't seen her in a couple of years. She was skin and bones. And I said, I know you. And I realized who it was. And then she says, oh, my wife died. I'm thinking, why? And she showed me a picture. She died a couple of months ago, and she was very depressed. She was depressed. This was my social worker who I had looked up to back in the day, like over 25 years ago it was. Over 25 years ago. I had looked up to her. And then when she said that thing about something of a sexual nature. It had that Leslie talk, as that weird talk. Now I know what it was. She was promoting an agenda, and there was another other people. Oh wow, yeah, there are other. Oh God, how could I forget now? There's other people out there, other handlers. Oh, what was that? What was now? Okay, I mentioned about. Oh, brother, how could I forget? Yeah, I was. Boy, there was two other women, and handlers, brother. If it, guys, I can't stand when I forget these things. Yeah, people, they are. Yeah, so about what was that? Kamala has yeah. Who is Kamala married to? Handler. Look who Kamala Harris is married to. But yet she's supposed to be about being the first black woman president. Yet who back in her family? What is the agenda? That's how they get in power, by attaching themselves to people that look like us, people who want to pass as us, so they can control us. We need to be more selective who comes in our community. We let every riffraff in. We let drug addicts in our neighborhoods. We let sexual perverts in our neighborhood and in our churches. People, black people, or whatever people you are, kick those nasty individuals out from your community. Get rid of them. Get rid of perverts. Get rid of people who prey on your children. They're in the foster care system. Get rid of these perverts in your community and get healed. Start believing in yourself. We have all these. Boy, I wish I could remember who those other two handlers are. They're everywhere. And they're listening to your conversation. I remember there was a neighbor of mine. Yeah, okay, I remember. Black Lives Matter lady and this neighbor of mine. Okay, so if I forget one of the two, just remind me. Okay, let's start with Black Lives Matter organization. Okay. The president of that organization, okay, she allegedly allegedly the organization started because of Trayvon Martin, and that's what triggered me to awareness of what's happening in the Black community. This uh, speaking out in favor to encourage the Black community was the event that happened regarding Trayvon Martin 12 years ago. He was a 17-year-old. Um, he he got suspended from school because of having weed on him, and he was in Florida with his uncle, I think it was, and they lived in a nice neighborhood. And one day he goes out to get some food from the store, some snacks. And when he's on his way back, he was racially profiled by this man. His name, how could I forget his name? But yeah, he was a mixed race. He was his from mother from Peru, but father with an Ashkenazi sounding name, an Eastern Europe, Central Eastern Europe sounding name, and he shot him dead. Even after um, when he called the police, hey, this suspicious looking person, the police, the 911 operator said, do not leave your car. You stay in your car. We'll send somebody. But he doesn't obey. He did not obey. And he approached him and shot him dead. That was my wake up call. That was my wake up call to encourage Black America to stand for itself, you know. George Zimmerman, that's the name. George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman, that creature of a man. Yes. And yeah, so I think of that as a handler. A handler. You can think of him as a handler. Getting your business and orchestrating things to your demise. So, also what I say now. Oh yeah, so Black Lives Matter. So, Black Lives Matter was allegedly started because of that it was with the boy that got killed by George Zimmerman, and they were able to raising money, right? And then the incident with that other person also has the name George. Oh, what's his name? George Floyd. Yes. And so if you look at the website, I don't know whether it's still up or if they modified it. And it's like, wait a minute. This looks very bizarre. It had a very drawn what I call alphabet soup flavor to it. Now, this is supposed to be an organization that is to promote Black people because a Black man got a Black child, 17-year-old, um, oh God, but the person that I just mentioned, that he got murdered by him, by Zimmerman. But interesting enough, the people in their organization, there's only on their website when I looked a couple of years ago, only one black male on their website. He looked like a like late teens, early 20s, that that young look, and all the rest women. Yet this is an organization that was started because of what happened to a Black man. But yet it's being run by women. And it just had a flavor of the alphabet community. Again, it's your business what soup you like to eat. Okay? Two consenting adults, that is your business. Who you like and love, that's your business. But it turns out, and again, Candace Owens did an investigation on this founder or co-founder, someone in charge of that organization, Black Lives Matter, BLM. And guess what? That Black woman is married to a white female. And again, who's that woman? Who's that other woman? What is the name of that woman? Is that woman a handler of the BLM Black lady? Candace Owens came to investigate and interview to talk to her, and she refused. And she goes online, this BLM lady, crying how about being victimized. And blah, blah. I said, oh my goodness. She allegedly misappropriated the money that was allegedly, being raised because to protect the Black community. And she didn't even once help the roommates of George Floyd. George Floyd had roommates. And without that income, because he got murdered, um, their bills, they were never reached out to. The car of George Floyd was never taken by them, so they had to take it themselves. They don't have the money for it. How come she didn't help those Black people? But allegedly the money was used to for the to change your your gender, get operations for gender. Hello, people. Hello. And they used the money to build a mansion for her lover slash wife. Now, when she started that organization, or co started the organization, again, I don't know the details, but was it formed so that you can give your alphabet soup community money, or was it raised to protect the interests of Black American people? Well, that white lady got her share, built her a mansion. People, do you have a handler? Do you have a handler, people? People start, Black people, start waking up. Start waking up. You have these major Black people speaking on allegedly your behalf, but somebody got a handler, someone that looks like, again, you love who you love, and I'm not saying that you cannot marry or date people that look different than you. I'm not about that, but I'm just noticing a pattern and what's being done against you and against Black America. So that's BLM, that the outsider from the Black community gets a big house because of her association with this Black woman. And isn't it, it just feels like, not that it was a deliberate, but what it looks like and feels like, hey, you get a free ride and money and influence. You don't think that she's whispering in her ear what she should do? Look at Kamala, the person who is organizing her run for president, another alphabet soup person, a man dressed like a woman. And that's the head of her campaign president. Yep, on Oprah. I said when she stood up, I said, "Oh my God, that's a man." I said, "Oh my God," and so you can't even hire a real woman to uh, help a a fellow woman to get in office? Why these outsiders? Not even someone of her so-called coloring, okay? And then who's the other person? What I mentioned just now, I said because I might have might forget. I mentioned BLM, and who was the other person I said that I wanted to talk about? Who seems like the reminiscent of having a handler. What was the name of the person? What I said? And I said it because I knew I might get. There was the other person. Yeah, because I mentioned um the guy in Florida. Um oh, tell me, people, tell me. Yeah, they keep popping up. They're popping up, people, these handlers. And they just seem get the influence, the money and control over you. Yeah. Oh, I mentioned the therapist that I had. There was a social worker. Um, yeah, and it seems like Black women are getting in tight with these outsiders, outsiders from your community, and they're influencing you. And somehow racism doesn't seem to be an issue when the Black lady gets involved with the person that looks like they're from uh, Eastern Europe of flavor. All of a sudden, you can hold hands, marry, and all this thing. And racism is never an issue, but God forbid if that black woman marries a white man, oh, you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear, but somehow to be in an alphabet soup union of someone of a different race, that is all love, and race is never an issue. How come is that? How come if you date the same sex person and they of that other race, why is that okay? Why okay? Why is that embraced? Again, you love who you love. I'm not spewing hate. You can love, marry, uh, sample anybody your heart's desires. Yeah, I'm about freedom, but I'm also about asking questions. Oh, that's the name of that YouTuber. There's a YouTuber out there. Her name is the acronym ASK. Ask. Yeah, her last name is King. Yeah. So remember, I was talking in the video around about Ali Leilani Carter. Well, that female who is talking about uh Diddy, Puffy, um, and being victimized, to say it nicely, uh, Biden and Obama. That's a biggie. That's a big allegation. That she had a handler. It looks like she has a handler. Again, a person from another flavor, and it's supposed to be her mother. And how does this happen? You know? But yeah, it somehow, yeah, yeah. So if you want to see what got me questioning Allie Lonnie Carter was the comment video that ASK, her last name is King, that's all I remember. Or maybe it's Ashley something King, but she has a like a talk thing, and she shared on her screen the video with Allie on it, Allie Carter, and it was the interview with Peters. And for the first time, I started asking questions because, see, I saw a video about 4 days ago, a current video, and I believed everything she said because she's crying nonstop. I believed everything. And then I came across ASK's video, who screen shared the Peters interview that occurred about 3 years ago. And that led me to another video on the channel of, what was that? Perception was that distorted something. Oh, distorted lens. That's people go on that. I mean, you look at what you want to look at, but on distorted lens, and they spell the word lens differently. But if you Lynez, you could spell how they spell it. Distorted lens. Yes, that's it. And all the videos on that channel that I saw when I scrolled through was on that girl Allie. And it has the one video number 9, I think it said the bonnet video that where it all started. And I think what they're really saying is uh, Allie's current video, she acts more normal, but this one that came out about 3 years ago, uh, she looks totally out of her mind with her mother slash handler in the background. I said, this is very, very fishy. Very, very fishy. Okay? It's fishy. That's the name of the channel. distorted lens, Linez, Z is in zebra, something like that. And that one, watch it, and you're gonna say, "What in the world is going on?" Again, handlers, and all these black women seem to have handlers, and how they get these people. And in particular, the black woman seems to always have a handler from another culture. And I think, you know, it's a common theme, and they seem to come from certain locations, historical heritage or national heritage, um, and they benefit from us big time. And if Allie is telling the truth, and if that's the mother or adopted mother, why would you have your daughter who allegedly been through these horrors with this particular entertainer? You'll protect them. You wouldn't want to expose them or have them do foolish things on camera that could hurt them later on. Why would you do that? Why? One thing I can say with uh, Jaguar Wright, who shared in her latest interview with Street Stars, um, um, what was that now? Oh, my mistake. I mean, she has a new interview with Street Stars about the Pierce Morgan interview she did a couple of days ago. And on the Pierce Morgan show, she said that her earlier line of work was she was a dominatrix. She was in the sex industry before she got into music. And she herself said she had a hidden camera on her. And I was concerned when she said that, when she made that announcement, that she knows a lot of things because she knows what goes on in some of these parties. Herself was in that type of entertainment industry, and she wore a camera, a hidden camera. So I think she has to be very careful. I mean, she's mentioned in other videos that she talked about her childhood, and yes, she did share that she was in the sex industry, okay? But she didn't mention it about, at least in that video, about having a hidden camera. For her to say she got a hidden camera, and the uh, people who saw the interview question, and feds could go now interview her, say, hey, you got evidence? You got videos of people? You're not supposed to take videos of people without their knowledge, right? Uh, can they sue her now? Can they sue? I don't think it was a good move for her to say that she had a hidden camera. Not on not don't say camera, but um, to have it in a safe place. And if she has to go to court, that she could then present it. But she's an open target now, in my opinion. I hope not. I mean, I pray for her safety. Um, it seems like the things that she shared the past 9 months or so that I've been watching her on and off. I was watching her this year, and then I stopped for a couple of months. But recently, last week, I started up again. Yeah. Yeah, please be careful. And Yeah, it just seems like there's so many agendas, people, and we allow these handlers our world. See, we like the attention. Yeah, when I was watching Ali Leilani Carter um, on videos, um, it's like we like the attention. We like to get theatrical. She was theatrical in that video number 9. Distorted lens. Look at that. And I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want I believed her. Now a question. She have been trafficked? Yeah, sure. Something could, but you're gonna say Obama and Biden, but present no proof. She's just talking like what everybody else is saying about the industry. So it's just repeated like a parrot, but no actual content of where they met, when they met, what was physically done to her, how often, nothing, nothing. How did she get international? She said she was flown to Buckingham Palace. If you're a minor and you need your passport, how do you get your passport over there? And how do you come back? And you're not with your parent. You with, she said she was with a 27-year-old guy. Okay. How does that happen? How do you take, because see, the one of the people who was commenting on her video with the initials ASK, that person who shared a screenshot of the Peter's interview with Ali in it, she asked the question. She said that she that she was for her to oh yeah, she has a kid, and she was a divorced from her husband or whatever. They weren't involved anymore, and for the mommy, biological mother, to take the child to another location, uh, she had to have permission by the biological father to do that. So with that experience she has, the interview, the person that is commenting on the video, how did Allie, how was she able to travel? So those important details throughout Peterson interview was never answered. And Peterson never asked, well, how you as a minor, how were you able to travel? How did you do this? How do you, you know, and those are good questions. I didn't know to even ask that question. I just take for granted. But as the interview, as the talk went on, uh, I then started asking real questions. Yes, the initial red flag 4 days ago was to see Allie in the car with the woman that she calls mom, and it's obviously not her biological mom. And what link and association? Why is this outsider involved in this adult black woman's life? A handler, people, a handler. And they are controlling our black community from the inside out. We love attention. We think any person of this particular demographics, when they are involved in us, we think that they love us. No, don't love you. They don't love you, in my opinion. If they love you, they love you. But in my opinion, what I've been seeing, the trend is not because they love you, they want to get information from you. They want to get in deep with you. they are spies, many of these people. I didn't say all of them, but it seems like the trend is that many of these people are outside spies. They seem to have origins from certain countries in Europe slash Middle East, and they're just always there. Or some of them even marry people from our community, and so then they can talk about us, like what Jaguar Wright was saying on Street Stars about Vlad TV. And the Vlad TV was outed as saying something that wasn't true. Uh, the Vlad TV and Wright were on the same program, Piers Morgan show, interview that was just a couple days ago. And Vlad says that he doesn't want to reach out to her, to Jaguar Wright, but Jaguar takes her phone and shows a letter that it was an email that his organization reached out to Jaguar Wright, and Jaguar Wright said, I ignored him. She did not want to be involved with him. But for whatever reason, Piers Morgan asked him, or somehow he gets on the show. First, Jaguar speaks, and then Vlad spoke. And in contrast, whatever what Jaguar said, Vlad's was on the contrary what she had to say. And then there was, I think, two other people. So she did not know that he was on the show. Jaguar did not know that Vlad was going to be on the show. So I do care for Piers Morgan show. I don't like I don't like his style. I don't know. I just question his motives of who he interviews. But either way, so why is Piers Morgan's show not doing its homework, and why get Vlad TV to discuss Black issues? I you just wonder. And um, Jaguar Wright is mentioned the guy's background. He's from a particular place, and um, it just confirmed what I thought. It confirmed exactly what I thought. I said, "Wow!" And that's why I'm really doing this interview. This live stream. Yeah, I wanted to do the live stream yesterday. My phone wouldn't do the upload, wouldn't do the live stream, and then when I woke up this morning, uh, I see Jaguar Wright in a new interview with Street Stars, where she mentioned about Vlad TV person that was on the Piers Morgan show, and she shared what I thought, what my instincts told me, based on what I see. Yeah, they're there. They're there. They could be dating your son. They could be influencing your daughters and promoting a certain lifestyle. That's hating the black man lifestyle. But you got the BLM organization. Somehow they get on. They get close access to you, and they steer your company or organization. It's all about their agenda. And they weren't even like Black people of the alphabet soup community. It was from the wife's background, what they look like. boy, I am so angry. It is, we're being played, people. We are being played. Just look at the, I mean, I know this was a long video, and you could just like fast forward, play it in twice the speed. But when I speak, I'm saying that I'm seeing patterns of the handler or what perceived to be a handler. Even some of the people of the spirituality community. And she was, and I don't want to give her, well, she is of the spirituality thing. Mormontown, she was abused. And then she marries, she runs away from her kidnappers, and then she finds this dude and marries him. And it's like, I said to myself, girl, why are you doing that? From one handler, and you're 19 years old at the time, and you hook up with a dude who's your handler. People wake up. Oh my God. Man. People, it's sad. Um, I mean, it's like we're not thinking. We're just responding. We're jumping out of the pot and into the fire of a new handler. You're better off by yourself. Be alone by yourself. Start to learn how to think for yourself. We're not thinking for ourselves. And I feel that they're steering us. And they're steering the Black community to do its dirty work. They are programming us. Try to program, it sound like, with the interview with 50 Cent, and when he said that he was pro-Trump, and then when a former, it seemed like a former lover, if you vote for him or support him, you're not really a Black man. Here, this person, who the hell this person is? The person looked like someone of that particular country in Eastern Europe, right? They're hooked up with these men, steering them in their politics, and then maybe, in his case, he seemed to have left the lady, whatever, and then boom, when he wants to talk. See that when you want to talk independently and just speak your mind on your politics or what you really believe in life, they don't like it. They don't like it, and they butt in your business, and they publicly try to expose you. Oh, you're not really a Black man if you want one of the. Who the hell are you to call who's Black or not? You're not even a member of our race. How dare they're cocky, these people. They are cocky, and they don't mind their fucking business. And it angers me, people. It angers me about them. I don't care what someone, what their race is, whatever. That's not what I'm about. But what I am about is using social engineering to influence the the trusting spirit that we have for you, because many of us don't love ourselves. We don't love ourselves. Hate ourselves, many of us, and we're what they call black on black crime. And I think some of these handlers are a part of the black on black crime. I feel they're behind it, and they are encouraging it through hip hop culture. And when you start to break the program, oh, look at Kanye West. Kanye West it seems like he has handlers, in my opinion. In my opinion. Just my opinion. He's a severe case, in my opinion, of what a program, someone who's trying to break the program of a handler. Who was he married to? Who was she associated with, allegedly? right? Who? And what happened when he started to speak out? Didn't he also start to who also started to speak out many years ago? Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams, when she spoke out about Puffy, look what Wendy Williams looks like today. She looks crazy. What is it? This other guy, other black dude, lighter skinned black dude. He was on he did a TV show or something. I'm not familiar with him. I just recently uh, see the videos regarding the other people who are tied to Puffy. He walks around looking crazy also. Why these people, when you start to speak out, you start, especially black women who speak out, they start to act cuckoo. I I mean, am I speaking right? Am I speaking? What's happening? I'm just noticing a pattern. My interpretation could be 100% wrong, but I'm seeing a pattern of behavior and people who seem to be in close proximity to these black people, and they're not people of our community. And it's like chaos follows them. Chaos follows them. Yeah, just people who I meet. Um, it's the same thing, and the same. Most of the people seem to come from this same location, and it's just what I don't know. They don't have our best interests, and I feel that they're trying to uh, take over the U.S. politics. Look who Kamala is, who's running her campaign. Who is she married to? What is her background, Kamala? What does she propose to be? Who is she really? Why all of a sudden now she is in the position that she is? No one was considering her or wanted to vote for her. No one. She got a zero, a zero. Now, look what's happening. Look what is happening. Anything could happen from now to January 2025. Things are happening quickly. I mean, anything can happen. She could win. I'm definitely not going to vote for her. And you know, I did vote. I did my absentee ballot. Yes, I just recently mailed that, and glad I did it. I was like iffy. I mean, there are consequences, people, of what you do. There's always consequences, even though you make the right choice for you. Every action has a counter reaction to it. That's how the life works. So no matter how you slice it, you come out with peanuts, as that commercial goes. Um, Regardless who you vote for, in America, the politics as how it used to be is going to be a complete change. There's a change that's occurring. People call it the pole shift. Some people call it uh, a change of the energies. All this what do you call it? Metaphysical terms. Uh, but it's all equates to the same thing. There is a major shift that's going to happen in governance, world governing, that is going to really manifest, especially because of American politics. What happens in America affects everywhere else. We all affect each other. But I think especially what happens here in the United States is going to affect many, many nations. Um, I watched this program that came out, Farsight Institute. They have a doing, and about 2 years ago, they did a remote view session about the election, the post-election, and because of that video, I used to subscribe to their website. I no longer more. I no longer pay for it, so I don't have access to it. But I used to. Um, what they shared 2 years ago, uh, I said to myself, if that's going to happen, I want to leave the country, and that's what I did. I no longer live in the United States. I left the country for many different reasons. That video had a very big influence on me. I said, hey, if the things are going to happen with that remote view, you know what remote viewing is? It's like you're able to see, like you could, like whatever what you've put your focus on is a certain procedure how they do it, and you get coordinates of a top. It could be a location, uh, or a topic, a person, whatever, and you hone in on that subject with your psyche and get information. The government uses it also. It's called remote viewing, and that's what was done to remote viewing the 2024 election, and it didn't. It for the country as a whole, it was very problematic, very dangerous. And I said, if that, and my coming from New York City, I said that's too close to comfort for me. I said in my mind, I don't want around New York uh, once that election occurs. And, circumstances happened to me in New York City last year. And I said, let me leave now. Um, yeah, there's consequences for everything in life, the good and bad. And um, it is what it is, people. But yeah, there's some serious things. Seems to be suggesting that our government and even the land and everything. You have the hurricanes that are happening to such intensity. There's a new hurricane that's happening. I forget the name. It starts with an N. I forget, but they said now it was a category 5. So I'll probably look on the news to see what happened because I think it hit the U.S. mainland now. Um, yeah, things are happening for a reason. Um, it is what it is, people. Please be safe. Um, please be safe, people. Yes, it's hurricane season. My condolences to anyone who got hurt or died in these hurricanes, the poor animals that got washed away, horrible things, homes and lives that are destroyed. And it seems, in my opinion, that, what I've been hearing, that a lot of these areas that are destroyed, I wonder, is it to slow down the voting to be able to vote? If home is destroyed, you're trying to get your life back in order, you may not have a place to vote in. Okay? Is this being done to prevent vote? Well, honey, I hope these people do a absentee ballot. Do an absentee ballot if you can. Do that. Yes. Yeah. There's what do you call a fox in the hen house, honey, and they want to rob, steal, and destroy you. In my opinion, I want safety for all races, all nationalities. That might be praying on your community, okay? Yeah, there's things happening. Please be safe. Please stay close if you have loved ones. Be mindful, protect your loved ones. Go into prayer. Um, Try to get some exercise, whatever. Just, just to try to get peace, okay? I care about you all. I care about what happens in America, especially because that's where I'm from. I care about the world. I care about the vulnerable. I care about the weak. Yes. May your higher power courage you and protect you. Okay? Thank you again for listening. Peace, love, joy, and harmony be unto you. Okay? Until next time. Bye bye.